So in this video, we're going to consider a special kind of graphs which are known as DAG, the directed acyclic graph. So when we apply DFS on it, we get some important property of the DAG after applying DFS. Let's quickly look at what are those important properties that we're going to get in this video. So in this video, we're going to study about topological sort of a directed acyclic graph. In short, DAG. Directed acyclic graphs is a directed graph which doesn't contain a cycle. So for short, we will call it as a DAG. So we take a graph G and then list all the nodes in the descending order of their finish times. So given a graph, you apply DFS, you can find the discovery time and finish times. So once you do that, list all the vertices in the decreasing order of finish times. How do you do that? It's easy to do. So just look at the DFS algorithm and see when you set the finish time. You can just add this vertex u to the beginning of a list. So the vertices which are going to be the vertices which finishes first will be the first node. After that, every time when a vertex finishes, you can add that into the beginning of the list. So the last vertex that is going to finish is going to be the highest finish time vertex. Since we are going to add it to the beginning of the list, so the list that you're going to create is will have the property that the vertices will have the finish times in the decreasing order. Instead of creating a list, we can just create a array. Though C was initially 1. The first vertex that is finished is stored in L of n minus 1. The next vertex that is going to be stored will be in stored in n minus 2 and so on. The last vertex that is going to be finishing will be stored in the L of 0. So when you do this, the L will give you the reverse order in which the vertices have finished. In other words, the last vertex that is finished will be in the beginning of the array, and the first vertex that is finished will be in the end of the array. So if you want to list the set of vertices in the decreasing order of the finish times, you have to just call the DFS and just keep track of the elements when they finish, right? So complexity of this algorithm is exactly same as the complexity of the DFS algorithm, which is order n plus n. So once you do this, let's look at this example. So in this example, the 3 is the one which finishes first, that is the least one, which is 4. Then the fourth vertex finishes, then the second vertex finishes, then the first vertex finishes, and the last vertex to finish is the 0th vertex. Right, so this is the list that we are going to get. So after applying DFS, if L is the list of all nodes in the increasing order of the finish times, then if you take a node to I smaller than j, so that means that L of I is V and L of U is j. In the topological sorting, V, so this is the vertex V, and comes before the vertex U in the order. Okay. So if V is before U, then the finish time of V is greater than the finish time of U, right? So if that is the case, that's what is the this ordering is doing. Now, if there is an edge from U to V, right? If there is an edge in the backward direction, that is the vertex U to V. What is the situation? There is an edge from U to V, and the finish time of V is greater than the finish time of U. So from one of the theorems that we studied in the previous class, it implies that there must be a path from V to U in the graph. Right? So what was the theorem? If there is an edge from U to V and the finish time of V is greater than the finish time of U, then there is a path from U to V in the graph. So this path will actually create a cycle now. So you start with U, you go to V, and then you take this path from U to V, so you will come back to U. So this creates a path in the cycle in the graph. So if So let's look at this example, the edge 4, 1. The 4 comma 1 4 is on the right hand side, and the finish time of 4 is 7, and the finish time of 1 is 9. So there is an edge from 4 to 1, and the finish time of 1 is bigger than the finish time of u. So what this theorem is saying is that there will be an edge in there will be a path in the opposite direction. That means that there is a path from 1 to 4. Clearly you can see a path from 1 to 4, that is 1 to 2, from 2 you can go to 4. So from 4 you can go to 1, from 1 you can follow the path from 1 to 2 and 2 to 4. So there is clearly a cycle in the graph. So if you do the topological sort, so this ordering of these vertices in the decreasing order of the finish time is actually called the topological sort of the given graph. If you do the topological sort of the graph, then if you take a vertex, take a vertex to the left of a vertex u on the right of u, right side, so if you take two vertices v and u, v is to the left of u, then there can only be there cannot be an edge from u to v in the graph. The moment you have an edge from v to u in the graph, so we are able to create a cycle there. So if you start off with a DAG, that is a graph which does not contain a cycle, then if you take any two vertices u and v such that in the topological sort, so v is to the left of u, then there cannot be an edge from u to v, right? So there will only be a forward edges after you sort these vertices in the topological sort. Repeat, what is this topological sort? The listing of all the nodes in the graph in the decreasing order of the finish time is actually called as the topological sort of the graph. And if you do the topological sort of the graph, if the given graph is a DAG, then there will only be a forward edges, there cannot be a backward edge, right? If there is a backward edge, then we know that there is a path in the forward direction, so it will create a cycle. So if you start with a DAG and then find the topological sort, then there will only be a forward edges. In this example, there was an edge from 4 to 1, I deleted that edge, so I delete the cycle. So what I have now is a DAG. So now if you look at the L will remain same. So if you look at this ordering of these vertices, so this is in the decreasing order of the finish times. So the highest finish time will be the first one. Now you can see that every edge will go from left to right. So for example 0 1, 0 2, 1 3, 2 4 and 4 1, 2 4 and 4 3. All the edges in the graph are forward edges. If there is a backward edge, then we know that this cannot be a DAG, this will be there will be a cycle. So the important theorem that we have to remember is if you list all the nodes in a DAG in the decreasing order of the finish times, this ordering is called the topological sort. Then there won't be a forward edges and there will be no backward edges at all. So if you can have an edge from left to right, but there cannot be an edge from right to left. So the DAGs have plenty of applications. One of the application is that you can think of these nodes as some activities. You can think of them as projects, and if there is a edge from u to v, then the project v can only be done after you finish the project u. So obviously in this dependency graph there should be no cycle. For example, if A depends on B, B depends on C and everything else, so you have a path and U depends back on A, then there is a cycle, then there is something called deadlock. In that case none of the activities can be completed, right? So if you want the activity to be completed in the activity graph, then the graph does not contain a cycle. So now if you do the topological sort of the DAG, this will give you an ordering in which you have to complete these activities, so that when you come to an activity, all the dependencies of that has been satisfied. That's easy to see when you come to this, let's say this activity. It has only incoming edges from the left hand side, Okay, there will be no incoming edges from the right hand side, and you're going to process these activities from left to right. So when you come to this particular node, since there are only incoming edges from the left hand side and all the activities on the left hand side have been completed, so you can so all the dependencies for this particular activity has been already done. So you can complete this activity and go to the next one. So if you process these activities in the decreasing order finish time from left to right, so you by the topological ordering of this graph will ensure that when you come to a node, all the dependencies for this particular activity has been completed. Okay. In summary, if you do the topological sort of the DAG, that is, if you list the nodes in the decreasing order the finish times, there will only be forward edges and there will be no backward edges in the graph. Just to quickly summarize, when you apply DFS and list the vertices in the decreasing order of their finish times on a DAG, then so what we get is what is known as the topological sort. Topological sort is essentially the sequence of vertices in the decreasing order of the finish times. So once we have this order, so what we have seen in this theorem is that in this video is that there can only be forward edges, but there cannot be backward edges in topological sort if the given graph is a DAG. So we will use this property to come up with a very important algorithm for the DAG in the next video. Please take a break and come back